That's not how tarot works.
But what if I feel it in my heart?
That's not how tarot works.
Hello, theologists, sisters and misters.
Welcome to the coven. Yeah, the two of us haven't actually sat down and done a tarot pull for the three of us, especially the three of us.
The three of us? Sorry?
Who else is in the room? Well, I guess Jareth is here. I'm not going to pull any tarot cards for my cat.
But we are going to pull tarot for the two of us.
Yes, the two of us will have our tarot read. I've been having a meh kind of week, and I don't know how your week's been, but it sounded kind of stressful. So let's dive into the tarot deck and see what it says. Do you want to just leave it up to the fates, or would you rather ask a question?
To be honest, I really just want to know if the universe has a message for me, because nothing is really coming to mind other than, I don't know, money. That would be nice. But I don't know if the listeners really want to
know about your financial situation.
Yeah, so let's just leave it up to whatever. You want to do me first?
I've always wanted to do you first.
Yeah.
I love you.
Platonically.
She has a boyfriend, guys. God.
Back off, simps.
All right, so Emma wants to know what the hell
General.
the universe.
Is there a message for little old me of how I can be doing life better?
Okay, how to better the Emma.
How to life?
How do life?
How to do a live.
All right, let's do this. Past, present, future. Oh, this doesn't look so bad, but I also don't know what the cards are. So let's, yeah, this seems legit.
Legit, all right.
But I'm going to read it out to you.
Yes, please. I'm both excited and terrified. It's how I approach every supernatural situation, primarily fear.
So your first card is the past, and it's upright. This is the Eight of Cups.
Okay.
Cups is my favorite card to draw for you because it's about water, feelings, emotion, depression, romance, the arts, and the spirits.
See, that sounds ultimately positive.
I feel Emma is a cup.
A cup of what?
Depends on how you're feeling.
A couple of idiots.
A couple of idiots, yep. So, the Eight of Cups. As a follow-up to the Seven of Cups, this card represents the moment after breaking out of a reverie. Whatever the subject has been investing their emotions in, it has brought them down. But now, they're confronting reality and preparing to move forward. Upright, this card encourages the subject to reallocate their energy with a new pursuit.
I wonder what that refers to. What have I been allocating my energy to that has made me sad, and I am shifting out of that? Right? Did I interpret that right?
Yeah, whatever you're investing your emotions in, it's just been bringing you down. But you're ready to move forward and put your energy into a new pursuit, and you've been actively trying to do so.
Right. I guess in that case, it would be less of like an immediate past and more of just like an overarching past.
Yes. If it was reversed, which thankfully this is not, it would warn against giving up progress and succumbing to a stagnant life.
Ew.
Yeah, I wouldn't have liked that one for you.
Yeah, no, me neither.
That would just kind of trap you.
So, I mean, in terms of like, I guess if we're talking about emotional pursuits, putting more time and allocating that energy into myself, which is something that I have actively been trying to do through therapy. Like every time that I want to butt my head into a situation that does not involve me, I have to remind myself that doing so does not serve me, and, setting boundaries and all that good therapy shit.
You've had to do it for me and a friend in the past, which I requested. But you didn't have to intervene too much, which is good for you.
Yeah.
And also good for me, just as an adult, growing up and existing, it can be challenging.
It's one thing to be a mediator upon request. It's another thing to just like step in and be like, let me fix your life because this conflict existing is making me anxious and I want it to go away, rather than just like stepping away and saying it's not my problem, you know?
I thought I was always your problem.
You've always been my problem, Arthur.
This is the reason I need to leave. I'm sorry, guys. This is where the podcast ends.
I feel like we say that every other episode.
One day it will be true.
By the time you're hearing this, Emma will be dead.
That was honestly my favorite part of that episode. Don't remember which one it was. Okay, so next is your present. It is the Eight of Swords. You know how much I don't like sword cards.
I heard that swords are not fun. They're pointy. They are often used in terms of injuring other people, sometimes lethally.
I do not suggest injuring others with swords unless necessary.
Unless necessary.
Honestly, what you do with your sword is up to you.
Oh my lord.
I cannot be held responsible for you or your sword.
When I am around, I would appreciate if you put your sword away.
Unless you are Jan.
Oh my fucking god. Tell me the damn card.
Okay. Gosh, patience.
No.
You're gonna get a card that tells you patience at this point.
No.
A card of entrapment. The subject feels that they will be hurt if they take action or stand up for themselves, so they shackle themselves back with fears and excuses. This card can also be about fear of hurtful words. That sounds like past you.
Did you say which card it was? I know you said that it was swords, but I don't think you put the name out.
It's the Eight of Swords. This is the present.
Wow, so I have an Eight of Cups and now an Eight of Swords.
The Eight of Swords is reversed, though.
Oh.
Upright, this card reminds the subject that although they may feel more and more trapped, they have the power to change their circumstances. Reversed, this card may indicate that the subject is crippling themselves more than anyone else.
Owie?
I never said it was a good card.
I mean, I'm working on it.
Fix it faster!
Tell that to my therapist. We're working as fast as we can.
All right, let me talk to your therapist really quickly. Let's get her on the podcast.
I mean, like, I did used to make a lot of excuses when it comes to, I don't want to say like butting my head into other people's drama, but just like having that need to feel helpful and to feel like I'm making positive change. And I made excuses that like if I didn't do it, then who would? And honestly, I have to keep reminding myself that if people aren't going to help themselves, that's not my problem. So, I mean, that's been a really hard lesson for me to learn just because I've always been a bleeding heart, as they say, that I just really want to try to make as much positive impact on the people around me as possible. And I hate conflict, you know, just for other reasons.
It seems to be showing you a sign of a little bit more urgency to work on yourself and just pull away those ropes that are just holding you back.
I can see that. That's fair. So, try harder. Got it.
Would you like to hear about your future?
I'm scared, but hopeful.
It is also a swords card. This is the Ace of Swords.
Fuck?
Not fuck.
Oh, not fuck.
It's upright. Drive embodied. The subject is primed for action and longing for a challenge to face. Upright, this card suggests that the subject may seek new challenges shortly. Reversed, they may be pining for ambitions or ideas that just aren't there. This is not reversed.
Huh. So I'm looking to challenge myself, and that's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I wonder what that refers to.
Who knows? That's your future.
Bruh.
I can't answer you that one. That one seems a little bit out of the blue to me.
Yeah, it doesn't seem in line with the other two as much. So, like, I'm wondering if it just means, like, a new challenge emotionally to tackle. Like, once you tackle, you know, this part of, like, your therapy, something else will surface, and that's a good thing, and you should keep tackling it. or if it means more like creative or financial endeavors and side hustles and things like that. Like there are so many different ways to look at the word challenge, especially in the context of just day-to-day life.
Your future's very difficult, but overall, I think this spread is very nice.
No, I think it's insightful. And I can appreciate that, if the universe did want to tell me a message, I could totally see it prioritizing my mental health. That's fair. That's totally fair. I try to prioritize my mental health these days. And, you always want to think that, like, you're doing what's best for you. And that's why it's important to step back and know that you're still learning. And that's okay. And, being healthy and having a healthy mindset is a learning curve, and it's going to take time, and it's about breaking, bad habits and bad cycles. And I'd like to think I'm getting a little bit better with that every day the more I practice. But I mean, it's possible that you fuck up here and there. It happens. So it's just important to be honest with yourself, to understand that you're not perfect and that you're going to try to learn from that. So I mean, like, if my present card is telling me that I should work a little bit harder so I can get to the next challenge faster, so I can improve faster, I mean, that makes total sense to me.
Yeah, it seemed to be very focused on just your emotional state. It's just, the universe wants you to improve yourself, and that's valid.
Here's an idea. Do you want to ask for a clarification?
On your future?
Yeah, to see, like, is it more emotional or more of like an endeavor?
All right, let me ask it for a clarification on emotional or endeavor of the physical. Clarification, please.
Oh no, what?
It's just the Ace of Swords again.
Seriously?
Yeah, I'll take a photo if you don't believe me. Like,
No, I believe you, but Jesus Christ. And upright?
Yeah.
Huh.
Just you're primed for action. There's a challenge to face.
Just go for it. I'm not going to tell you more. Shut the fuck up. Accept it.
I'm sure if I do it again, it'll just keep giving you the same cards at this point.
I mean, that's interesting. As an experiment, can we just see what happens if you were to do it one more time? For science.
All right, let's mix science with magic and make alchemy.
Well, now I'm just curious. Like, I wonder what would come up if you did it again. Because if it spews like the Ace of Swords at me, like, one more time, I don't know. That's pretty legit to me.
I've had people draw the tower like 8 times before, so
Jesus,
it wouldn't shock me.
And
all
I mean, like,
clarification, please.
And it's not a bad card to have. I'm just curious now. What would happen if we did it again?
Don't tempt my deck.
Make me a believer.
You want to just believe in only my tarot deck?
Well, I mean, it's the most tangible thing so far that would be easiest for me to believe. I just hope a card comes out and, like, smacks you in the face.
Honestly, if it does that, that's a very important card.
Yeah. The suspense.
This one. Ah, that's different.
Okay.
This is the King of Cups.
Okay, back to cups.
I don't particularly like the King of Cups.
See, if it came up with the Ace of Swords again, I would have screamed.
Please don't, I have headphones on.
I would have screamed.
The spec to become a family man and settle down, or simply to mature. It's telling you to fucking mature. Grow up.
Whoa. All right, then. I guess that's my answer.
As a person, you're warm, comforting, and a father figure to everyone in your life. Although I always saw myself. Figure.
I always saw myself as a father.
Is your boyfriend the mother then?
I guess so. I mean, fuck gender roles.
He considers it his business to cultivate his kingdom and ensure the prosperity of every person he knows. He also holds a personal standard of maturity and encourages others to act politely.
Yeah, I mean, to me, that just says, like, it doesn't matter if it's emotional or a physical endeavor. Fucking grow up.
Yeah, that's basically what it just said to you. It was like, you know what? This is what I gave you. You want a fucking enlightenment? Grow up, bitch.
Why is tarot so mean?
Decks have different personalities. Mine's just honest.
You know what would have killed me?
What?
The Fool.
I mean, I can draw.
No, I don't want the Fool.
All right, I need to draw for myself.
So I'll just simmer on that.
What I want to know is... Honestly, my health has been quite poor, so I'd want something either about my health or perhaps maybe my work. It's been quite lacking. So let's see. Wealth or health?
Health, wealth.
Healthy wealth.
Wealthy health.
Is that my reading? 3 cards specifically fell out.
I guess that's your reading.
Okay. A little spooked. Okay.
Embrace it. Lean into it.
I don't want to. Okay, the past, present, and the future. Ow! No!
Oh,
No, don't do that to me.
Tell me, what is it?
Okay, the past is the 7 of Pentacles.
Okay.
It's upright, so it's a warning against the dangers of impatience. Upright, this card acts as a reminder to the subject to bide their time. So the past is telling me to be fucking patient.
Clarification. Be more patient.
The middle card is a major arcana, which I always hate interpreting. Strength. There we go. Soft and deliberate control. So this is my present. Guidance and influence. Patience, compassion, showing resolve, enduring, and reliability. I'm not sure how to interpret that.
I think that's just saying, like, you've been doing a good job.
Not according to the future.
You've been doing a good job, but it doesn't mean shit for your future. Brace yourself.
So I got an upside down 10 of swords.
All right, read it.
Okay, the 10 of swords reversed. Okay, while at first a seemingly brutal card, the meaning of the 10 of swords is rather light-hearted. The subject of the card is pinned by 10 swords, beset upon all sides by trouble, according to themselves. The 10 of swords is the card of self-made martyrs. Instead of dwelling on every sword, every problem, this card advises putting aside your worries in favor of action. That's upright.
So...
Reversed, the reader may have languished too long and their imagined swords have become real problems, or they've driven away others with their complaints and cannot overcome their troubles alone.
Fuck.
That's why I freaked out.
Fuck, dude.
Welcome to my real life where I have real problems.
It's saying, like, because you complained so much, you made these problems worse than they are?
Yeah, it's essentially saying that I either ignored them or I complained too much and drove everybody away, and they're real problems now. I think it's honestly the former, because people seem to be flocking to me rather than shoving me away right now.
I mean, I'm still here.
True.
And everyone knows I'm the most important person in your life.
I plead the 5th. There's your ego boost of the day. Let me get a little clarification on that future, please.
Yeah, can we just get like a little direction of like where to go with that?
Can I please fix this? Morgan?
Pretty please?
I'm scared. I lit my health candle at the altar and I'm freaked out now. Oh, it threw a card at me, okay.
Alright, what's the card?
Oh god, is that upright or is that reversed? I can't tell.
I'm gonna say it's upright.
It's a major arcana, so I'm gonna go with upright. It kind of flew down sideways.
I mean, in my heart, it said upright.
Okay, so if you have that feeling, I'm going to go with it.
Yeah, that's how this shit works, I think.
Well, witchcraft often works in the feeling.
Yeah.
If you have a strong feeling of something. So if your heart said it's upright, then it's upright.
I mean, it's just harder to read them when they're upside down.
Is that why you fucking say that? You little piece of shit.
No, I feel it in my heart and I want it to be upright.
Okay, so the Chariot.
Okay.
Emerging victorious, asserting your will and dominance over others, mastering impulsivity, reining in emotions, warlike control.
Oh. What would it have meant if it was reversed?
The exact opposite. So I would emerge not victorious. I would not be assertive in any way. I would be
Oh, that's
very
not you.
impulsive. I wouldn't rein in my emotions and I would have no control.
Oh, you know what? The fact that it was sideways, maybe it meant that like either of these could be your future and you have to choose.
But I wasn't given the pathway card, which makes me choose a path.
Yeah, but who gives a fuck? I'm making up rules now.
That's not how tarot works.
But what if I feel it in my heart?
That's not how tarot works. I'm sure it could go both ways, but I think that if I buckle down and work hard enough, I could probably emerge victorious. I'll do one last one just to give me a final like.
A card comes up, it says, "Bitch not was upside down."
I wouldn't be surprised. My deck is very honest, though.
It's like the Hanged Man, except the Hanged Man is upside down. You're like, all right, I get it.
God, I'm shaking. I'm so scared.
No, it's okay. It's gonna be
No,
okay.
it's not.
I love how before this you were like, I really want to do it. It's been a while. Like, I really want to do like some tarot readings. And now you're like, oh, I wish I didn't do this tarot reading.
Well, at the end of the day, I need to hear it, you know?
I know.
And you do too.
Well, yeah. I mean, hey, there's no harm in telling me to hurry my ass up and get better.
It threw another card at me. Again, fucking sideways. I hate this.
You know what? I think I was right. And I think that's the universe telling you to listen to me.
What are you talking about? Queen of Wands?
Queen of Wands. I don't know. That sounds positive, right?
She worries me sometimes.
We've had some conversations.
Symbolically, this card can refer to planning a move, new career, or trip. The Queen of Wands is the person in the subject's life who draws others to her with her charisma, a creative and vital woman who loves to entertain others.
Bruh, is it me?
I feel like that's you. It really just feels like you.
Bruh.
You're the only woman in my life who has any of that.
What about, I don't know, like your family, like your mom or something?
No.
Oh, okay then. I guess it's me.
Sorry, Mum. Emma's a little bit more charismatic, creative, and she's kind of been drawing me in a lot more. So if you had advice for me right now, what would your advice be?
Fuck.
I can't fuck, but...
No, fuck.
There's COVID, Emma.
I mean, like, a quarantined fuck. Anyway.
Oh my god.
Okay. If I had to give you advice, I am channeling the universe. What advice must I provide to thee? Okay. I would say it's a matter of perspective and maybe like remodeling how you're viewing the issues that you're facing right now. So like it might just be like changing your mindset and like rather than looking at something as a negative, try to like reword it in a positive way and just like try not to focus so hard on the things that are feeling negative and like focus more on the how to overcome rather than what the issue is.
That's how to overcome the negative to make it into a positive.
Right. I think that would probably be my best, just based off of the reading itself. It just seems like because like the deck basically told you you're making things worse than they are, which then in turn made them actually worse. So maybe you just need to, try a different approach.
Well, it's not saying it has made them actually worse. It's saying it will if I continue on this path.
So yeah, try to.
So your advice is very valid and helpful.
Aw, it's why.
I think that's very good advice. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, universe, for filling me with divine inspiration.
Honestly, thank you, Emma, for helping me with that. I needed a little bit of help, a little push.
Yeah. So, I mean, none of that really said anything about, like, directly about your health.
I didn't ask specifically for a health reading.
Right. So I feel like honestly, because like I know that you were saying that like, you know, that you're worried that your health is in like a decline right now. And, you know,
I think
again,
it'll improve.
yeah. See, like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, if you continue to reframe and try to, you know, have that positive mindset, I think things will get better.
I don't think it can get much worse, so at this point it has to get better, right?
See, and that's what I'm saying. That's a positive way to reframe it.
How much worse could it get? It's gonna get better.
There's only one way to go, and it's up, baby. I will say that I thoroughly enjoyed my reading. Um, I think getting what was it, the Ace of Swords thrown at me twice was really interesting. So getting that as my future, and then getting it thrown to me as a clarification, and then you know just pushing the limits, and then getting one that basically told me the same thing. I think it's really cool when they do that. It definitely makes me feel that maybe there's a lot more to it than just chance. Because I mean, like I enjoy the tarot experience, and part of me enjoys and like likes to lean into the whole, you know, maybe the universe randomly put this message out in front of me kind of thing.
And that is a 1 out of the 78 cards.
Right.
I
And
believe I'm calculating that correctly, but if not, somebody will correct me, I'm sure.
and I mean, last time you did my tarot on the podcast, I got the Fool twice in a row.
I was just calculating what your card was.
So I mean, I feel like the more that we do tarot, it gives me more to go off of on whether or not I truly like believe in it. Like not just as like, you know, a way to talk about issues and give you a new perspective, but like the universe is actually giving this to you for a reason and wants you to hear it and it's relevant, you know?
The fact that it's
So
always relevant really hits me.
well, yeah, and like that's the thing, right? But then everyone says with horoscope, like, well, it feels relevant, but it's just so broad, so it could mean anything. But I mean, like, obviously, the more that you do it, and the more that you can actually like see, wow, this actually applies directly to the situation. I don't think I've ever had a card pulled that I wasn't able to figure out like what it related to in my life. So I mean that would be interesting if like maybe I get a card like I forgot what it was, but like I told you on Halloween that Jan and I Jan pulled a Celtic cross for me for fun because you were telling
Mm-hmm.
me to like try to do some like supernatural shit on Halloween and see what happens. And it was a
Mm-hmm.
really good reading until we got to like one of the last cards.
Ooh.
And it was weird because it didn't mean anything. And
Mm.
then he realized that he was looking at the wrong description. And when he found the right description, I was like, oh, wait, no, that makes total sense. So, like, there's a great example, though, of like him reading, you know, to me what I thought was the actual card. And we both looked at each other and we went, oh no, that's nothing. That means nothing to this situation. And then he was like, hold on, wait, wrong one. And then that one was like super relevant.
And then there's me sitting here going, I have so many years of experience over him.
Well, yeah. For him, it's a hobby. I mean, he said it to me himself. He views tarot as a way to reframe a situation and look at it with a different perspective, which is why he enjoys doing it. He doesn't think that there's any supernatural aspect to it at all. He thinks it's simply just a way to reframe an issue and look at it from more of an objective perspective.
I think personally it's more of throwing your energy into the card, and that's the supernatural aspect. I don't think that the cards are supernatural themselves, but they need to be charged and they need to be cleansed, and there's a lot of
Right.
supernaturally magic stuff to it. I don't want to say supernatural. There's a lot of magic to it.
I think I'm not inclined to use the word magic. You know, listening back to like the podcast as I edit them, I think I almost never refer to this as magic. Is that interesting? I feel like that's interesting. I feel like that says a lot about me.
I feel like it does too.
Like, I'm more willing, like, I keep saying, like, randomness of the universe, which is, you know, double speak for magic, I guess, in a way. Like,
Yeah,
I mean,
honestly,
it's my way of, like, trying to admit it without actually admitting it.
guys, she doesn't want to admit it. She believes and doesn't want to admit it. Listen to her.
There are definitely, like, aspects that I do lean towards the legitimacy of. And, like, I don't want to pretend that I don't. And I want to be objective about this. And I want to, you know, take into account my own, I suppose, not like a blockage, but, like, I don't want to actively avoid getting to the bottom of it, you know? Just because it scares me or something.
Yeah.
Like, if something magical were to truly present itself to me in a convincing way, I don't want to reject it, you know? So it's important to call me out on my bullshit every so often and to say, like, you know, Emma, I've done 15 tarot pulls for you and they're all extremely relevant and you know what a non-relevant feels like and it happens and all the ones I've done have been only relevant. Are you still telling me you don't believe? And I'm like,
because I'm a fucking witch.
And I'm like, I don't know. I wonder how long it'll take me. Like, if it keeps, like, happening this way and I keep finding it relevant, I wonder how long it'll take before I just say, like, you know what? You win. I feel like this podcast is going to be primarily my character development.
It does feel like it's your character development and me just going, yeah, no.
I mean, like, don't get me wrong. I'm still going to bring in as much logic and skeptical. So,
absolutely.
You know, and there's a balance. There's definitely a balance. And I'm definitely open to being convinced. And I want to remind myself that I'm open to being convinced. I just don't want it to be that easy. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, it's gonna take more than, like, accurate tarot readings to say you win.
If I could safely drag you into supernatural locations and knew how to, I would. However, it's not safe.
COVID.
No, I mean bringing you into a different realm and things is not safe.
Oh, I thought you meant, like, ghost hunt.
No.
Oh, yeah, no. Please don't fuck with my soul and my astral self or whatever. Don't fuck with my soul.
Alright, stay spooky.
Bye, guys.